9 mercenaries must work together to complete challenges to earn metal for a group pot. However, one of them is the Mole, a traitor hired by us to sabotage their efforts to prevent as much metal going into that pot as possible. At the end of each episode, the players will have a quiz, trying to guess the Mole's actions and identity. The player that scores the lowest will be eliminated. One of them will win that Rhythm Find Metal prize, but it will be for whoever can answer the question, who is the Mole?
Right, come along kids. We're going to see who wins, who loses, and who is a backstabbing bastard. Because we're going to... Oh god damn it, Crafting, you broke the thing!
Well, I technically didn't. Hell did. Well, at least our construction crew fixed the dome. Kinda.
Oh Dag, let's hire Sexton Hill. Let's bring him in. You want to kill someone, la 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 la. Idiot.
Can everyone get into place before we start the final elimination?
I must say, you've got a very good budget for wooden boards.
Before we do the final elimination and reveal who the winner is and who the mole is, I just want to remind what the prize will be for the winner. So out of the possible 400 refined, in which 250 was the original pot, and then the 150 was the surprise pot for the last challenge, the winner will be receiving 193 refined and 2 reclaim. But to do something a little different, to save some backpack space due to the price of keys and metal, the winner will instead receive it in keys. So the winner will be receiving 11 keys.
Alright kids, considering that the Headless Horseman is kind of pissed at us for giving him away a kill, let's go visit him. Let's go see his house. Fuck you boards. You gotta go.
I'd rather not.
Come
Oh, we're gonna do this?
No way.
I don't like the looks of this. Oh shit.
on your podiums. There we go.
Oh god, this is
Now.
creepy.
Yep. Now here's the little interview portion before we reveal who's won and who's lost. So, Wimp, what's your favourite moment of the season?
Probably that time I won 2 exemptions. That was pretty sweet.
That can be. Paige, what do you think? What was your favourite moment?
Winning the rock, paper, scissors tournament.
I still think that was bullshit, but never mind. Lantern, what's your favourite moment?
I'm gonna say the second challenge where we used the airstrike on everyone and I beat everybody.
Fair enough. Now, before we do the massive, cool, awesome reveal, as your fallen comrades had watched on to see who, if they were right or wrong, well, clearly they're wrong, especially Medic, was very wrong. Who do you think is your suspect? Who do you think, your 2 fellow finalists, who is the mole? Wimp?
I'm gonna say Lantern is the mole.
Paige?
I'm in agreement, and plus I'd like to point out that Dee Dee didn't technically die, so I don't know how she's a fallen comrade.
Oh, she fell when she went outside. There's steps and the thing's steep.
I did not fall, sir.
That's quite a fall.
Lantern, it looks like you've been fingered as the mole, but do you think it's one of them, or are we just trying to pin the blame on you?
Oh no. Watching too.
Well, who do you think the mole is then, Paige or Wimp?
I think it's Paige.
So you don't think it's the former host, who we've hired all along just to fuck with everyone, as an ultimate fuck you for Season 3?
Be kinda obvious if it was.
Ah, but so obvious that if we did it, it wouldn't be that obvious, because it would be too stupid to be that option.
True.
Did you think of that?
Crafting?
And now we will reveal who the winner is.
Yes, Wimpzilla is the winner of Season 3.
It is now time to eliminate the final contestant, and to keep in tradition from last season, we will be dropping them to their death.
Yes. Eliminate the runner-up. Kill him. Do the thing. Do it. 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 Do it.
I regret everything!
Lantern is your Season 3 mole.
Yes.
Roll me naughty desk.
Superhero wins again.
You technically didn't win.
Oh, what are you talking about? Moles always win.
Congratulations for being the third best mole of the series.
Now we're going to ask questions to everyone, and the first is for Zemetic. Do you feel like you were eliminated too early? Because in my opinion, you were kind of my favorite. I know Dag had favorite for him, but Zemetic, you was probably my favorite. You had the most personality out of everyone. So what's your overall reaction of being the first of being eliminated?
Fuck you.
Well said.
Now, during the season, several contestants thought that Paige, including Wimp, was the mole. Paige, did you pretend to be the mole to throw off the other contestants?
From episode 3 onward, yes.
You son of a bitch.
Oh!
Well done, good sir. Well done.
During episode 2, there were some results that could have changed the course of this season. Due to footage corruption, we had to reshoot the Century Mace Challenge and reset the +1s and -1s given out. Originally, Paige received a -1, and it would have caused him to be eliminated instead of Roman. So Roman, do you think you would have lasted longer in the season if you weren't eliminated this early?
Probably not, because getting me eliminated actually had me figure out who the mole was. Because me and Dee Dee, because I told you before that me and Dee Dee put our notes together and found out it was G.
Yeah. It was, I knew, because I talked to every single one of these people, like, all the time. In fact, I copy and pasted everything you guys said. I have it all, if you want it. And I had all the information for the quiz. So all you have to do is, once Roman's gone, is take his information and your information and add it all up to who would be eliminated. I was sure that I was going to be eliminated instead of Roman. It was either me or Roman that day, even though I think Crafting said it was Paige. But I was convinced it was me, as I always did. Glantern had the most numbers to be the one eliminated, and he's the only one out of these 3 that didn't show fear in any way in their voice, any fear at all in the way they talked, and so on. I mean, Paige and Wimp didn't either, but Blanchard was the most.
Okay, so Wimp. I mean, your mole suspect for the last couple of episodes was pretty much Paige or Glantern. Do you think that you would have figured out the mole a bit sooner if Paige was gone and Roman remained?
Absolutely. I pretty much since season 2, I knew it had to be either of these guys, so I was waiting for either of them to be eliminated, which never happened.
You deserve a flip for that, Glantern. Come on.
I would have had this in the bag anyways if either of them were eliminated, but having them both stick around made it a lot more challenging.
I also forgot the part that Wimp tried to hire me as his little patsy when Dust died. So, and he couldn't have been me.
I must say, Wimp, you were smart for not telling me anything. You were the only one.
Before we continue on to more questions, we're going to now present a interview clip showing how much back and forth Wimp was doing during the last quiz.
Going over my notes, I have to commend them all on a job well done because neither Paige or Glantern are outstanding in their sabotages or attempts to sabotage the game, because you can't just look at the results of, oh, Paige lost X amount of scrap, or Glantern cost us this amount of scrap. You have to look at the challenge itself and think, what would the mole try and do to sabotage, and then you have to think back and see who took that opportunity. But going through episode by episode, again, it seemed like Glantern and Paige were almost working together, switching off, I'm gonna sabotage this episode, and then you sabotage that episode. So, it's almost coming down to a 50-50 chance with me. How odd it is that, so early in the game I managed to pare down my suspects to only 2 people, and it just happens that those 2 people made it to the end. That's not suspicious. But, so basically what this comes down to is my gut reaction, put a gun to my head, I have to choose one person. And in that scenario, if I have to go by my gut instinct, I want to say Paige is the mole. Now, you'll remember at the start of this season, the one thing I know about myself in mole games is that my gut instinct is always wrong. You might remember that I thought Dusk was the mole, and, knowing my gut instinct was wrong, I determined that he was a player. So I plan to apply that same logic here. I think Paige is the mole. I know my gut instinct is wrong, so on the final quiz I will be voting for Glantern. So that's how I've come to my decision.
That was an awesome video clip.
So, Wimp, in your opinion, what did Glantern do in particular during this season that revealed himself as the mole?
One that really stands out is that during the Congo Death Challenge, or as Dave likes to say,
Congo birthday, bitches.
There you go. Well, during that challenge, Glantern was seemingly very uncooperative, or at least very poor at congaing across very narrow planks. So that's what stood out to me probably the most.
What, and not the whole old man versus mole mission?
That's a good point too. During the man versus mole mission, we had to have somebody switch to the medic class, otherwise that challenge would have been not impossible. So we selected Glantern because he had a high ping and wasn't helping anyways, but he started using the quick fix as a medic and just, basically did a subpar job the entire time.
Well, everyone knows the quick
I
fixes.
actually don't know Man vs. Machine, so I just kind of... Actually, I really screwed up on I don't want to say purpose, but actually I knew that the quick fist wasn't, but then I used the clitzkrieg, because everyone told me to, so, I just don't know Man vs. Machine. I'll just put it that way.
So, also during this season we saw a fun tactic, Wimp and Dusk working together to trick other contestants into thinking that Dusk was the mole. Now, who's going to admit that they were silly and was fooled the longest?
Me. I was fooled from the beginning.
Hi. Hello.
I didn't think Dusk was the mole.
Yeah, I didn't think Dusk was the mole at all.
So we heard from Wimp how his thought process went. Dusk, did you ever think that Wimp was the mole at the time?
There were a few moments, but mostly because crafting kind of put it in my head that could Wimp be the mole, that because he was the ex-host, he might be the mole, and that thing. But I still trust him and went on till I was eliminated.
Yes, our mind games are working! Hooray!
Is there anything anyone wants to say or mention before we wrap this up?
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
How many more points did Wimp get in the final quiz compared to me?
On the final quiz, out of the 15 questions, Wimp got 12 right, and Paige got 9 right.
Respectable.
This wasn't like Mygens and Hippie last year where it was like 1 point between it.
I guess we are done. I hope everyone has enjoyed our first season of this essentially little project, and yeah, we'll see you next time, and let's all jump to our death.
Oh, what? God damn it.
Well, I'm the winner now.
I said jump to your death.
I mean,
I said jump
no.
to your death.
I'm
What?
still alive.
Oh shit.
Oh.
You're the winner. You get to stay alive.
So there we go. Another season done. I got to be the co-host, get to torture some people. That was pretty fun. Me and Crafting made a decent team. I'm not too happy that Wimp won though. That could have gone better. I was kind of rooting for Squirrel Queen to win actually. Personal favourite, mainly because she was doing well. She's not English. Glenton did alright. He took a page out of the best mole in the mole's history. Me, by trying to be sneaky and clever. He did well. And all I can say is, I'm looking forward to potential season 4. Maybe I'll come back as a contestant, maybe a host, maybe I'll get to be a special guest, maybe I'll just kill you all!
There is a small part of me that didn't want to win this game because there were a lot of other worthy opponents in this season. And also, now I'm the jerk that beat everybody else at his own game. But that's only a small part of me. The rest of me is actually really glad that I won because I didn't want to lose at my own game. But it's been a blast being able to play the game that I've had to host and watch from the sidelines for so long. So I would like to thank Crafting and the others for this opportunity.
Well then, runner-up, well, really was playing to win. I mean, was kind of expecting Wimp to win out of the 3 finalists, because, well, just had an inkling glancing with the mole. A bit annoyed at Dag for the fact they singled me out for the past 2 episodes, especially in the introductions. Hoping for a season 4, and I go on to join such great as Pesky Plumber and Majans as runners-up.
It's me! During the studio quiz, I really didn't have to do much. Just let everyone else answer, and I accidentally, lost attention, and I actually said no. I think it kind of put me in the limelight as the mole at the beginning, but in future challenges, I made it look like I wasn't the mole, and I think I did pretty well fooling them all. Okay, for the Rabbit Heavy challenge, it wasn't shown in the film, but we were discussing which weapons to use against the Heavy and the Engineer. I quickly said Sydney Sleeper, because I thought, okay, this lag was pretty bad, but I purposely missed a lot of shots, which I could have helped in crits. So while everyone's shooting, I just tend to miss. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't hit it, the lag, and then I just kind of folded on the last round. For the Mole Strike challenge, I really didn't have to do much, but I was given information pre-challenge about where the placement of the bots were. But everyone seemed to beat me to it. And for the second part of the challenge, I just got lucky a bit, but I just kind of hid in the corner and wait for everyone coming towards me. I mean, if you see in the video, I was kind of in one spot. But all that, yeah, I just wanted the advantage for the next part of the challenge. For the Sentry Mace challenge, I was given the map beforehand, and also I was given the ability to turn off the fog while everyone else had the fog on. But I had to play it up a little bit. But one thing I have to mention is that since we had the footage corruption, everyone realized that the easy way I went was, the easy version. And I had to kind of play it up. If I choose the easy again, people would suspect. So I went with the middle one, which actually proved in my favor, but I realized I still was getting there a little too fast. So I turned around acting like I was lost and let Wimp take the win, because if I won twice, people would suspect I was the mole. I mean, I was given a head start, but still, I can't make it seem like I was winning twice in a row. Okay, for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire challenge, I thought, okay, we were both given, we're all given 2 questions. I decided, okay, if I use 2, maybe people would think I have knowledge, which I did. But I thought, okay, I'll get the first one correct, and I did. It was updates, and And for the second one, I was given the question in the man versus machine. And I thought, okay, I knew what the challenge was going to be, so I thought, okay, maybe I should not get this question correctly, especially that I have barely any knowledge of how to play man versus machine, because I don't want people thinking I'm the mole this early in the game. So I just kind of, work with that, and I think I did pretty good. For the mole versus machine challenge, we start off as, okay, we just lost our medic, and I was the sniper. I told pretty much straight up that I cannot hit anything, which I really couldn't, because we had terrible lag. Maybe it's just my location, I don't know. But at one point we were given an opportunity to, but at the cost of our scrap pile, one of us could change into another class. A lot of people pretty much voted and said that I should change to a medic since I was pretty much useless with this lag. I thought, okay, so I went as medic, and I just kind of helped support the team to kind of alleviate some pressure of people thinking I was the mole. I think some people still thought that. And we just came out on top. And it took us a few rounds, which I was, purposely, sabotaging, and I think we still did pretty good and threw some pressure off me. For Sandwich Golf Challenge, I was given the knowledge of the map beforehand, and I used that to my advantage, but also I like to point out that I let everyone else choose their position, and I was kind of watching I knew since the last challenge, people are thinking I was a mole for purposely, or I won't say purposely throwing, but thinking I was purposely throwing the man versus machine round. But I knew I can pull off an easy win, especially I had practiced for it. So I let everyone else think that I can do good by watching others, and it played out pretty well to my advantage. For the Huntsman Hell Challenge, I didn't have to do shit. For the Mole Olympics, I really didn't have to do much, mainly because, where the events were too short and everyone was too close proximity, that I just couldn't do anything trickery, I just had to try to play the game at that point. For the I want to say Dia de Muerte challenge, because I like the way that sounds, we were paired up for a couple rounds. I was paired up with Paige for the first round. I thought, okay, people think Paige is the mole, so at this point, so I thought, okay, maybe I make him look good to kind of, play a little off me, and so I gave him good instructions. For the second round, I knew me and Wimp had a 1 second lag between us, and he said it during the episode. There was some kind of interesting lag between us. I knew that there was a lag beforehand, and I kind of went with it. So anytime he gave me an instruction, I just actually tried, and I know it seems a little complicated, but I knew that eventually that would actually hurt us, and it did. And it took us 4 tries till we finally gave up, and I think it just made it look a little that Wimp was the mole, and I think it kind of, I don't know. I think I tried, and I don't know. For the Mole Hut Challenge, I really didn't have to do much. I just kind of, at this point, too many eyes were on me still, but not exactly on me. So I thought, okay, I'll just play the game normally and just continue the game. For the 3 question challenge, I gotta admit, I was feeling a little exhausted and tired from normal life, and I woke up pretty exhausted, so I wasn't really thinking clearly. But I tried my best to kind of fool them. Yes, as Wynn pointed out, I was kind of using a backwards logic, and I was kind of throwing Paige off. He kind of nailed it, but I kind of wish I was a little smarter on that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people figured I was a mole at this point. So I tried my best to kind of cover it up during my round, but I still screwed up and picked alt Page. I thought going obvious would kind of help out the team. That kind of maybe because Wimp said, but I think it was not in the episode. Wimp said that nobody's gonna pick all one person, but I thought, okay, maybe if I did, it would kind of they would kind of see it coming. And like I said, I was just using backwards logic, and it hurt me in the end. So I was just being dumb. For the return times 10 challenge, for me and Wimp's round, I really didn't have to do much, but knowing that at this point the eyes were on me, especially after that last challenge, I kind of had to try a bit here. So I did try, but I was missing a lot of shots on purpose. But also I like to point out that Squirrel Queen and Hippie, they had a really good team up. They were really feeding off each other, so it was pretty hard to break that team. And with a couple clutch shots at the end, as Wimp stated, a fucking hero shot, which it was, which I'm proud of that, we pulled out in the end. Now for Paige's round, we knew that we were going to lose, but I'm going to say that I really didn't have to do much, and I was purposely not trying. I mean, he wasn't trying either, but he was going after, D and Medic. So I'm just going to say this. I didn't have to do much for that. I just purposely just let them just dominate us, and Paige, people thought Paige was a mole to that, which I'm glad that worked out in my favor. For this season, as the mole, I felt like I did pretty good. I mean, my goal of the season was to use reasonable doubt. Anytime somebody thought somebody did something, they were the ones blamed for it, or they were the ones who succeeded for it. I was just kind of staying on the radar, and anytime something bad happened, it throws the pressure off me. I like to state that this was a fun season. I was glad I was chosen as the mole, and I got to make some new friends out of it, and I'm happy to have been the mole this season. Thank you, Crafting, and thank you everyone who participated.
Wait, what? It's over? It's finally over? Freedom! 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 Yeah! Screw you guys, I'm out of here.